especially the young friends, for whom the purpose is to give vision and idea for future. And as our first speaker, our chairman has given a clear picture to you all, I would like to share, and I have come with a purpose, to make our young mind understand, to see to an extent what in future would be happening vis-a-vis the current and the futuristic need of the world and our country. I hope young people are listening, and this is going to be really very important, what I'm going to say in a different sense. I will be giving some analogy, examples also, so that you people are able to understand. My purpose is to make you understand. That is why I am attempting to stand here. And as such, I'll give you some brief about myself, how I have traversed here, what I have achieved, and what I am. Why I'll be sharing this to you is to make you understand that you yourself try to understand your abilities, focus on them, and then come up in life. So let me first introduce you, as in any family, as a child. The first part I'll speak about myself, so that you are, as a student, you are able to understand and correlate this with yourself also. And then you compare and understand where I have been, and you can find your place in that sense. Earlier in my childhood, with my family and the background, I had a decent, good schooling, one of the best schools in India, that happened to be St. Michael's High School, which was established in 1843. So that is as good as saying 160, 70 years, one of the oldest schools in our country, in Patna. And as the Jesuits were, they were very rigorous in teaching, lecture, and I used to fail in many subjects because my parents never had that kind of time and inclination. My mother was one of the senior most, the first lady advocate in Bihar, in Patna High Court, and father was, later on he became a chief engineer and used to focus on Ganga Bridge work that was ongoing, and its design that is currently called Mahatma Gandhi Setu. It is 13 and 14 kilometers length of bridge. That is how later on I became a civil engineer. The organization was incepted and was active in 1960s. Father passed out from IIT Kharagpur in 1959. That was the third batch of the first IIT in our country. So with this in mind, the vision and information I'm trying to give to you people is, currently, if you see me and understand, I'm a professor as well, I'm a consultant, my research has led to certain, what you call inventions. 2 patents are going to come up. So on a parallel, I'm running a consultancy, I'm a professor, and at the same time, I have virtually reached to a spot where I can be termed as a scientist. But the information what I gave you about my very beginning was that I was a student in my earlier career till 7th standard, 8th standard, that is 13 years of age, used to fail in many subjects. At the same time, anything what interested me, like any project work, mathematics, science, I used to get A1 grade, the best possible, 95 out of 100. The inclination towards that thing to know more on some science subject, to create, was there. Now coming to the point, for the purpose for which we are here, to share what you can be. So, having said that, first of all, to all you students, never think and underestimate yourself, because I do understand as an engineer, first you have gone through a process where you must have attempted to study, then you gave your exams in plus 2, then you came to this engineering college. And when you start comparing yourself with other engineering colleges, the competitions you faced, and you are here, then you always keep and give a high esteem to other institutions, and you may be thinking ki it's not your cup of tea at times. To innovate, to create. Never think that. Always focus on your abilities, and now whatever we say, and for the lecture we are invited, the first thing starts from, that is need. Catch the word, need is mother of all inventions. And you have to innovate, you have to think, and then create. So my research is one classic example which I have done at the age of nearly 45, which is in the field of bamboo. Any specific person who may be interested can interact with me. If time is there, at the end of this event, another series of time I can give to explain and show to you that research in the field of bamboo, it is the biggest work of virtually in this field, not only in India, in the world. The research was an ongoing process for nearly 4 years altogether at IIT Delhi, at Trinity in Dublin, Ireland, and also at Stuttgart, Germany. Now, having said that, need is mother of all invention. If we start from here, what is going to come up in future? What is the need in the next few years and then decades? That will decide the short-term and the long-term planning, as our very first speaker, Chairman Saab, had initiated. Currently, as you must have heard, that we are going in a process of what you call the fourth industrial revolution. And the very topic, as suggested, what is going to be expected that would be becoming the mainstream technology in 2020 as such. The point is, any technological innovation, it cannot change on a yearly basis. But yes, what we are thinking, speaking and targeting, at least we can say for the next 10, 15 years maybe, there is going to be a certain path. There is going to be a certain path which is going to be followed. Just try to understand that. And then you will definitely find something which you can correlate and collate. That is, if we have understood and we have seen the pace of the internet and the power of internet as such. What is happening is, with the current technology which is expected, and 5G internet speed is going to bring in another thing, usher a new thing, in the sense the whole platform, the whole society in the world is at a point where very huge and large amount of technological data is being stored, captivated, and anything you do is always happening at a direction which is already existing there, and it is on record and is recorded. Just to make you understand, that is my purpose. We all have been using Google Maps. We book our cab, Ola, and we are able to track it real time, and the Google Maps are able to say that such and such distance will be covered in such and such time frame. This zone is heavily trafficked. You take another route. What is happening? That is to be understood. That is what is called sort of machine learning, a new term you should catch now, machine learning, or you can say acquired intelligence. This is the future, and this is going to play a role for maybe next 20-30 years, to a point where everything you will be saying that it is automatic. Earlier, for many years, for the last 50-60 years, we have observed that robotics have been there, and because of that, automation has been thought of, and automation has led to a point where we venture and to think that everything can be automated. That is what is acquired advanced learning, and we see Alexa, we see automatically driven cars that is being headed by Google. What has happened is a huge set of information is being stored, and for every step you take, there is already a preconceived data available, and the moment you move into any technological field, whether be related to health, whether be related to civil engineering, whether be related to mechanical engineering, any device nowadays can be integrated with the stored data available already. Once you move ahead, the technology and the science and the knowledge base is already there. And once you usher into a field, you have to look into the data available. The new machines which would be coming up will be guided with those data available. That is, you must have heard, and a car without a driver can move into a place from one place to another. Why is the internet and that kind of speed is required? From technological front, you need to understand that if you have certain photographs and imagery at a pace of, let's say, 1,000 snaps per second, you need a data transfer speed of few GBs, 5 GB, 6 GB, 10 GB per second, which has not been possible till date with the transmission speed of 3G or 4G. With upcoming date, that is the 5G technology, all the data, all the happenings in the world are being stored in a way, even by the Google and other sources. And once any machinery, anything, any equipment, any activity is being done, it has already a ready database. And on the earlier work done, on the earlier activity, even a machine behaves in a predictive manner, thereby realizing that in a predictive way the machine will act, and virtually it will have its own brain to act upon with the already available data. That would be called the machine. Ideally, the robots were fully programmed earlier, but in future, all because of this machine learning or acquired intelligence, and in a predictive way, they will be controlled, and your life and our lives are being controlled, and we can get things done very easily. We have heard about automatic things in homes and everything. And further to that, there is a time when we want to live more and more immortality, that one should have a larger lifespan, immortality, a better health, better life, more lifespan will be the ultimate target of this world, leading to, if you understand, biotechnological advancement in biomedical field. That is lot of instrumentation and engineering in terms related to genes, gene therapy, wherein a person can become virtually immortal. You must have heard, many of you, that there is a saying going that by 2050, 2060, you will become immortal. In a sense, we may escape death. But it's not true as such, but there are certain feasibilities and technological advances happening in the medical field. The pace is very important to read. In medical field, we have heard about organ transplant. The body, virtually you can transplant, renew your whole of the body. And there has been saying that brain transplant is also in the anvil. Imagine the last thing, virtually. To live, you get a recurring new body every time you wish to. That is a far-fetched future maybe. But this is what the emerging trend is: acquired knowledge leading to further our own human bodies, its improvement, and it could be related to the biomedical field, which will be served definitely by the engineering fraternity. Any device developed in the medical field for the welfare of the humans are basically and has been developed by engineers only. The X-ray machine, the cobalt machine, any operation theater, any medical device, any device you name it, it's all engineering feat for us, the humans only. So if the opportunity comes to share more of my other works, I'll take an attempt in the last hours of the event. It's time that I should close it. I have just given a vision what holds in future, what is there in future, and that is the thing to be understood. That is, need is mother of all invention. It has happened in the first revolution of industry, the second, the third, we are in the fourth, maybe the fifth may come up, but the fourth is having a clear direction with what is happening in the world, with all the environmental consideration, the climatic change, what is happening in the world, the healthcare system, everything is definitely giving a cue towards acquired knowledge, acquired learning, intelligence, that is machine learning, and future in correlation to the health with the humans. I would close it right now, sir.